Okay, so this is the more difficult one that I thought the last one was, but it was not. So let's take a look at this one. A 12 kilogram mass is hung from 2 cables as shown. Okay, what are the tensions in the cables? So I'm going to have my FG down if I kind of look at this point. Okay, FTA and, FTB. All right, and then I'm going to look at the axis. Okay, so notice here they give these angles, right? So you're going to have to do a little geometry trickery here. Okay, so those are actually still the horizontal angles, okay? That's just not so obvious, okay? All right, so that's 40 and that's 60, all right? So I'm going to split my components, okay? My FTA, FTAY, FTAX. So FTAX is going to be FTA cosine 60. Okay, and FTA sine 60 is going to be the y component. All right, same thing for the B, right? If I face the B is kind of like that way. So I have my FTBY, FTB, FTBX. Okay, that's my 40. So my FTBX is cosine, and my FTBY is sine. Okay, all right, so there's all the components. All right, so now we're going to start with the hardcore math here. So I'm going to have up, oops, I got to remember to draw that bigger. Okay, my FTAY, FTBY, okay, FTAX, FTBX, and then FG. All right. Okay, so notice again, it doesn't even really matter what we're trying to find, right? We're just trying to solve it, and then it'll all come out in the wash in the end, all right? Okay, so let's start with the x direction. Okay, so the sum of the forces in the x is 0. Set my positive. Okay, FTAX minus FTBX equals 0. Okay, so those are going to be equal. All right, so I'll go ahead and plug in my components, okay, but then you'll see what happens is I don't really have enough information. Cos 40, okay, right? So I don't know FTA or FTB, okay, so this is why I'm going to be stuck. So when I'm stuck, I'll try the other direction, okay, and see if I know anything else there. All right, so upwards, I have my FTBY plus FTAY, those are both up, minus the FG is down, equals 0. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and write it like this, even though I'm not really sure this is the best method at this point. Okay, but I just want to plug in what I know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put 120 newtons in here for my FG, right, because it's 12 kilograms. And then my FTBY is going to be sine 40. And then my FTA sine 60 is my other one, okay? All right, so now I have all the components, so you can see what's happening here, right, is I have 2 equations and I have 2 unknowns. I have FTA and FTB are both my unknowns, all right? So now you have to do a little bit of simultaneously solving because you can't do anything else because you're sort of stuck, all right? So this x equation is a little bit easier, so I'm just going to go ahead and solve out for FTA. It doesn't matter which one you want to do, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and get some numbers for these angles just so when I substitute it in, it's not quite so ugly, okay? So I'm going to have, cosine 60, okay, divided by cosine 40. Nope, that would suck. Cosine 40 divided by cosine 60. Okay, now I feel like I better double check that. 1.53 FTB. Okay, is that right? 40 was with the B, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so now I can take that and I can substitute it in here. So I have 120 newtons. Okay, FTB sine 40. Let me just go ahead and get a number for sine 40 also. Okay, 0.64 FTB. Okay, plus, let's get a number for sine 60. 0.87, okay? And then instead of FTA, I'm going to put in what I found out in the x direction, because now I'm going to smash this down to one variable so I can actually solve it. Okay, so 120 newtons is 0.64 FTB plus, okay, 0.87 times 1.53, 1.33 FTB, okay? All right, so now I only have one unknown, so now I can just smash these two guys together. Okay, 1.97 FTB, okay, divide. Okay, FTB equals 120 divided by 1.97. 60.9 newtons. Okay, so that's my FTB. Okay, once I have that, I can plug that back into here. Okay, 60.9 newtons times 1.53 is going to be 93.2 newtons is the FTA. Okay. All right, so this is how you'd solve it, right? If you have too many unknowns, which often happens in these problems, you have to set up some kind of, simultaneous system or, substitution, whatever you have to do to solve that out. Okay, so there you go.